How's it going, everybody? Alongside TJ Calkins, Jay Sannon here for ATS, and it is time for UFC 270. TJ, I know you got a few plays on this card, including one on the main event, which we will get to in a little bit. But first, let's start with some of the other fights, starting with Tony Gravely taking on Salman Oliveira. Gravely, a minus 250 favorite. Do you think he backs it up here?
Yeah, I really do. We got Oliveira making his debut here, and if you look at his regional scene fights, uh, he has a good submission game, but he's super reliant on front shows, and he will have opportunities here because Gravely is just a world's better wrestler. Like Gravely's going to be able to take the fight down at will, and Oliveira's takedown defense is going to be trying to jump on a guillotine or a front choke. And I just don't think it's going to work for him. It worked on the regional scene, but now, I mean, he's taken very real steps up. What we're going to see is Gravely's going to have to be careful where he puts his neck in his body position when they hit the mat. He doesn't want to land in full guard at any point. But once the takedowns start flowing, they're going to keep coming. And Gravely's a more powerful striker. So even if he feels something from a submission attack, he says, okay, I better not do that. I still like Gravely in the stand-up. I just the only real path to victory for Oliveira in this fight, I truly believe, is to jump on the neck on a takedown attempt and actually get it. Now, Gravely, the guy is a fantastic wrestler. He is going to have seen everything that's going to be thrown at him in training thousands of times. You know, we've seen him put his neck in bad spots through it already. I just don't think it'll be an issue. So I actually think the minus 250 is way too short on Gravely, and I like him a lot.
Next up, TJ, Raoni Barcelos, a heavy favorite, minus 480, taking on Victor Henry. The fight minus 165 to end inside the distance. I want to know where you see this one landing.
Man, it was super unfortunate for us. This fight was originally scheduled for UFC Vegas 45. It got moved to this card. Now, at the time of cancellation, the line was Barcelos minus 350. Now we're looking at minus 480 with more time to bring it down. The ITD line, Barcelos was plus 150. Now he's minus 110. So a lot of people that might not have been there on just the levels difference in this matchup have gotten there, and the money is showing it. So there's still value, but it's not kind of the extreme value we were looking at in the original booking of this fight. So Barcelos just has every base covered in this fight. The Muay Thai, the stand-up, he's better. He's more powerful. He's going to have more volume. And I mean, he's really going to put it on Henry in the stand-up. I mean, Henry's going to fight. The guy isn't a guy that's just going to lay down. But Barcelos is just going to aggressively run away with this fight. His wrestling is superior. The BJJ games are probably the closest aspect in this fight, but we're going to see Barcelos have the top control, so it won't really matter that much that Henry could keep it close on the floor. Barcelos will be on top of the wall. The fight is on the floor. He's just going to take it to Henry. Henry is going to win fights in the UFC, but this isn't going to be one of them. We're going to see Barcelos get a second or third round finish. And minus 110, I'm still happy to lay that.
TJ, Rodolfo Vieira, a minus 230 favorite, taking on Wellington Turman. And this fight also expected to end inside the distance, minus 250 to finish inside the final bell there. What do you think happens in this fight?
Well, every Rodolfo Vieira fight should have a ITD line like that for the fight and inside the distance. I mean, the man is probably the best and most credentialed BJJ fighter in all of MMA, not just the light heavyweight division of the UFC. He's pretty massive for light heavyweight. He cuts a ton of weight, but so his gas tank just empty. You've seen it. This will be his 5th UFC fight. 3 of the 4, he was able to get the submission. He was able to end it inside the distance himself. The fight went into the 3rd round, and I mean, he may as well have been a wet noodle. He just could no longer defend himself. He was actually submitted, and we're talking about one of the best BJJ grapplers in the world. So his gas tank will, in fact, leave him if the fight goes on long enough and is grueling enough. But Turman is a BJJ black belt himself, but there are just so many levels between him and Vieira. We're going to see Vieira take the fight down at will. I think the wrestling is a huge edge there, and I think he's going to take it down. I think he's going to submit him in the 1st round. Even if he doesn't, we get the 2nd round. And there's absolutely no reason to play Vieira on the flat line. He's either going to get the finish or he's gonna maybe die in the third round in the octagon. I don't know, but yeah, the way he exhausts himself is just crazy. Either way, we only have to lay -110 for something that's that is quite probable that he gets the finish before he gets.
Now, TJ, I want to talk about some title fights with you here, and we'll start with the flyweight title fight. It is Moreno Figueiredo 3. Currently, Moreno a -175 favorite. What do you think here?
Well, it's very, very interesting. I think the line being Moreno -175 is just wild to me. That first fight, I scored it for Figueiredo. It ended up being a draw. The second fight, that was the stone worst performance we've seen from Figueiredo in recent memory, if not ever. You know, Moreno finished him. Moreno has a well-rounded skill set. He's a fantastic fighter, not taking anything away from him. But essentially, he beat Deiveson on his worst day. Deiveson has always done some kind of low IQ things and always had the physical attributes to make up for it. I think he recognized the problems. He went to fight ready. Uh, his striking's going to be tighter, but he's training now with Henry Cejudo. The wrestling difference, I think, is going to be huge. Moreno landed 6 takedowns in the first 2 fights. He had 8 minutes of control time. I think what we're going to see huge difference in the wrestling and grappling. I think Deiveson's going to be able to defend takedowns, land takedowns himself. I don't think he's going to be on the bottom for 8 minutes or an average of 4 minutes, whatever it might be. I just don't think Moreno's going to have that top control time. I think that'll be the biggest difference in this fight. And I think the former champ regains his belt and we get him at +1.
Finally, TJ, the heavyweight championship unification fight. Cyril Gane taking on Francis Ngannou. Gane a -150 favorite. I know a lot of people don't like his fighting style. I want to know if you think he gets the job done or if you think Ngannou gets it instead.
Oh, let me be clear. I have no problem with his fighting style. The man is a technical master. He's fantastic. He's large. He's athletic. He's a fantastic heavyweight. He earned that interim championship, and there's a reason he's got this title fight. Now, the fact that he's favored against Ngannou is absolutely insane to me. I really don't understand it. We saw the problems Ngannou had a few years ago. Stipe, he just dug him into deep water and he mentally broke. And we saw that carried over to the fight with Derek Lewis, which turned out to be the worst fight in UFC history. Ngannou just wouldn't engage. I think it took him a minute to process that first loss to Stipe. He probably went back and saw what happened against Derek Lewis. Whatever he did, he got himself back on track. We saw after that rattled off 4 consecutive first-round knockouts. No opponent could last more than 71 seconds. That got him another crack at Stipe, and we saw the absolute best version of Ngannou we've ever seen. He was a better offensive and defensive wrestler in that fight, and he still brought the otherworldly power. That was just a nasty knockout, man. I hate to watch it. I'm a Cleveland guy. I hate to see that happen to Stipe. But now he's going to be even better in this fight than he was in that fight. He has no reason to take a step back ever. If there's ever a guy in the world that can take one to give one, it's Ngannou. And he's going to be able to set up situations like that for at least 3 rounds, if not longer. I don't believe Gane has the wrestling to take him down. I don't believe he's going to truly slow Ngannou down and have a gas tank fade like Stipe was able to. So the problem for Gane here is that he's still a human being, and any human being getting touched by Ngannou is going to go out. It's pure and simple, and he's a +130 dog. Now, I'm not going to sacrifice, or I'm not going to go to the ITD line just to go from +130 to +165. It doesn't really make sense. If Ngannou somehow wins the first 3 rounds, then loses the second, 4th and 5th, wins 48-47, I'd be kind of sick, making that pivot to the ITD line. I guess it's within the realm of possibility, even if it's unlikely. But I think we see Ngannou get a knockout in the first 2 rounds. I think we see him hold on to his belt. And I think some people are going to be left scratching their heads why they favored and were happy to bet on Gane in a spot.
It's going to be a fun night, TJ, and I am very excited to tail your action here. UFC 270 on Saturday night. Of course, get more from TJ on these fights. You don't want to miss the written breakdowns. You get exactly what you got here, and then some extra nuggets that you might have missed here in the videos as well. Check them out at ats.io. Until next time, TJ and Jay saying see you later. Good luck on your UFC 270 bets.
Salute.